quite a number of federal prosecutors had refused to take the case or had entered objections, or were very disconcerted at this attack on the First Amendment. Plainly, those prosecutors who are pursuing the case are federal prosecutors whose political views fit in with this kind of prosecution, but they are a minority. It doesn't make them necessarily corrupt or dishonest. It does make them driven by a particular political agenda, and I thought that came out.
Well, his conclusion is that the actions that have been taken by Julian were of a political nature, and this is a political prosecution.
That Julian Assange is being prosecuted for his political opinions, and that he is a man with a coherent political philosophy expressed in books and speeches over periods of years, and that it is his political views that the government of the United States really objects to.
Well, I think that Julian Assange and WikiLeaks are a necessity, but one thing that I'd like to point out to you in that question you asked is that in the cables there was a cable which evidenced that a whole family had been murdered.
He's in prison because of what he's done for the world. With the journalism of WikiLeaks and Julian has shaken the world.
The U.S. government, first under Obama and now under Trump, has wanted to prosecute Assange and WikiLeaks for a long time, not because of anything relating to the 2016 election, but because of the publications in 2010 of the Iraq and Afghanistan war logs, as well as the diplomatic cables provided to them by Chelsea Manning.
Part of a wider attack on journalism, a wider attack on freedom of the media, and Mr. Timms put that over very, very well.
Because journalists always try and help their sources evade detection. It's not only the right of a journalist to do that, but the duty. Like if you go to the New York Times and the Washington Post front page today, you'll see instructions on how people can leak information to those newspapers using encryption and other kinds of programs without getting caught.
He knows the regulations and laws in the US Constitution and Supreme Court supporting free speech, and pointed out that the prosecutor was mistaken, more than mistaken, misleading.
The powerful, obviously the establishment, are after him and after all the WikiLeaks, not just Julian.
Well, under British law, as is true for the extradition law of most countries, you cannot be extradited for crimes that are political in nature. Countries won't send you to some other place if you're being persecuted for a political crime.
He's the most humble and warm human being, and his intelligence, you name it, is absolutely is the best that the society could have.
Yeah, the Department of Defense made plain in the Chelsea Manning case that nobody had in fact been harmed. There was no evidence of anybody being harmed. Someone in the court is being tested for COVID, so they suspended the session while they find out whether that person has COVID and whether then everyone else will be tested or how they will then proceed. But that's the court adjourned until Monday, so there'll be no further progress until then.